Have you ever tried to cook a holiday dinner for a large family? One person is vegan, another hates garlic, and the kids will only eat buttered noodles. Trying to serve a single meal that satisfies everyone at the table feels impossible. In the middle of the Second World War, as bombs were falling on London, an Oxford writer named C.S. Lewis attempted that very task. He wanted to distill the Christian religion into a core set of beliefs that every single denomination could finally agree on. He walked into a BBC radio studio and spoke directly to the public. He avoided the complicated language of professors, choosing instead to speak like a neighbor talking to the sensible citizen next door. And it worked. Families gathered around their radios, finding a sense of hope and clear logic in his voice, while the world outside felt like it was falling apart. You might know him as the creator of the Chronicles of Narnia, but in these talks, he wasn't interested in fiction. He wanted to define the undeniable heart of his faith. He eventually turned those talks into a book called Mere Christianity. He described his goal as building a hallway, a common ground where all different groups could stand together before heading off into their own specific rooms. The book sold millions of copies. For the first time, people from completely different church backgrounds felt they finally had a common language to explain their faith to a fractured world. But if you look at how people read that book today, it's a different story. In our divided world, the book has started to function less like a hallway and more like an all-you-can-eat buffet. On one side, we have the traditionalists. Watch as they approach the line with trays ready. They pile their plates high with Lewis's fierce defense of absolute right and wrong. They love his firm, rigid shapes, the clear rules about how a marriage should work, and why truth isn't just a matter of opinion. But as they move down the line, they see Lewis talking about how God's grace might reach people who have never even heard of the church. Because that feels messy and unorganized, they push those ideas aside. To many of these readers, Lewis's views on how people are actually saved feel too soft. They worry his more mysterious ideas are actually a threat to their strict, rule-based way of seeing God. For them, Lewis is a powerful tool to use against modern culture, but only if they skip over the parts of his book that don't fit their specific rulebook. Now, look at the other side of the aisle. The modernists are walking up to the exact same buffet. They load up on everything the first group left behind. They love Lewis's talk about God's inclusive love and his focus on the mystery and feeling of faith rather than just hard facts. For people who grew up in very strict religious homes, Lewis is a hero who helps them break free. His imagination gives them a way to keep their faith while throwing away the heavy burdens they were raised with. But then they reach the sections on how men and women should relate. When Lewis argues that the husband should always be the tiebreaker and the head of the house, they lose their appetite. For readers who believe in treating men and women as equals, these ideas from the 1940s feel like a step backward. They see his views on husbands being the boss as a leftover from an era that limited who women could be and how they lead. They rely on Lewis to feel spiritually free, but they have to mentally erase his views on society to keep him as their hero. It's a strange sight to behold. Two tables sitting together in the exact same room, eating two completely different meals. Yet both groups are convinced they are eating the true meal that C.S. Lewis prepared back in the 1940s. The words in Mere Christianity haven't changed at all. The book stayed the same. It's the readers who moved. We often find ourselves splitting a story in half. We hold on to the parts that make us feel right and discard anything that challenges what we already believe. Lewis didn't want people to just pick their favorite flavors. He wanted to build that hallway where everyone could stand together. But today, we don't often stay in the hallway. We take a few bricks that we like and walk away to build our own separate walls, further and further apart. So the next time you read a book or hear a speech, watch your own reaction. Are you letting the whole message challenge you? Or are you just picking out the flavors you already like?